What's up, people? So, just want to give you a few principles and points to consider on how you need to stay on track of your goals, expectations, or whatever points of success that you're trying to get to, and how that road is bumpy, stumbly, and there's glitches in the path and things that set you back here and there. But the main thing is to stay on course. And one of the main things to stay on course is always to remember why you're doing what you're doing. And that's probably one of the biggest things. So if you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to prepare for something, or if you're trying to secure a different status or occupation in your life, you got to think about why. If you don't have some kind of form of why or the basis of a initiative or what your intentions are, why you're trying to accomplish something, you're going to constantly get yourself set back because there's not a concrete factor inside your head or a concrete reason of why you're doing what you're doing. So a lot of times people try to lose weight, obviously because they're overweight or they let themselves go and they're tired of looking at what they're looking at, and they've put all their energy into other things except themselves, and here they have themselves overweight. And it's a very, very stressful situation because not only are you dealing with your image, you're dealing with your security, and you're dealing with how you feel people are looking at you. So there's a lot of things that are going against your stronger mindset to move forward and stay on task with the program. So in wanting to lose weight, it's not just good enough because I'm overweight. You got to have a strong reason why. Like, you let yourself go for too long. You need to start retaking back your time. No matter how many kids you have, no matter if you're married, you need to take your time back, your personal time that you need to take care of yourself in this world. That has to be a reason why. And it may be a broader reason, and people might not grasp that, like, oh, I need to get me time, I need to take care of myself, I can't get a break. And it's easier said than done, but you really need to carve out some time that you dedicate to yourself. And it just doesn't have to be working out. It could be just you getting your thoughts together, you doing something that you need to do to make yourself better on a personal level. I mean, as one another, we make people better every day, but you have to have the why you do what you do to make yourself better, so you don't stray. When it comes to nutrition, I mean, you have to have a reason why you need to stray away from overeating or overindulging in high processed or high sugar stuff late at night, or every time that pity pool mindset starts to cater to you, and you start to get weak because you start to feel sad about yourself, and you start to feel that the program you're doing is never going to be successful. You can't lose weight. I mean, you're weaker every day. I mean, life has smashed you in the head, and it's just overpowering your surface mind. Because deep within inside us, we have a stronger mindset, but we haven't mastered on how to bring that strength to the surface. So our surface mindset is subject to the weakness all the time, and we fall victim and we stray off of these diets, and we don't have the power to slowly let go of certain indulgences on a nutritional aspect that are really not conducive to us when we're trying to lose weight. And we'll watch other people lose weight. We'll try different programs. They'll work a little bit. We'll be on our highs for a week or so, and then the next week comes and you stray just a little bit because you get comfortable, because you see a little bit of results and you think it's all good, but it's not all good because your body still just does not believe you. It gives you a little taste of success, and then it wants to see if you're going to commit for the long run. It wants to see if you're going to be true to what you say you want to do with your life and what you want to change. And I'm a firm believer in that. You can't fool your body. You can't trick it. It's based on consistency. So you may do good 5 weeks and you think you could celebrate in a weekend because you went so hard, or you may think that you did such a good cardio session that you're worthy of a reward or treat. Other people's body compositions can handle those kind of rewards. Yours can't. You can't just do certain things. You can't eat a little bit of sugar high items too many times a day. I mean, you can't think that you're going to be strict during the day and not strict at night. And you have to understand this. And this has to be the reason why has to be there, so you could curve a certain habit of eating or a certain habit of certain indulgences that you've been eating your whole life probably. And now you want to make a change. And that change is going to be very complicated because you're probably surrounded around it. Your lifestyle's around it. Your culture, your nationality might be breeded around a certain kind of nutritional aspect that at this moment might not be as conducive for you. So you're going to have to let that go. And honestly, people have to support you with that. The people around you are going to have to understand that. It's not about, sometimes that initial startup is not about, you got to be strong, you need to lose this weight. No, people need to understand that if you're really trying to lose weight and you're really trying to make a change in your life, your family and your friends are going to have to support that. They're not going to have to, they can't test you and see how strong your mind is 2 to 3, 4 weeks in the game. And, oh, your trainer said don't drink this. Oh, your trainer, I'm going to tell your trainer. That's not support. Support is, now we ain't going to go out this weekend because such and such is on a diet. We're just going to chill. We're going to let her get at least 4 to 6 weeks into this so she could get her mindset locked into how this success can happen. Those are the type of people you need to be around now, because sometimes in the startup, it's very complicated. So, in staying on task with your goals and success, you got to think about those points. Why? You got to commit to your why, and you got to do it. You got to put everything in line. You got to do your nutrition. You got to get your fitness in. You got to make that time. When the weak times comes, and you're set back and the scale may not change, you say, I'm done, I'm giving up. You're only going to give up on yourself, because at the end of the day, what are you going to do? You're still going to continue to work. Your priorities in work and getting that dollar are serious. You won't lay in the bed all week, because why? Because you could lose the mortgage, you could lose the house, and your kids are not going to eat. So let's try to start ranking where our priorities are at. Why is it so hard for us to commit to a certain way of eating, but it's easy for us to make sure we get to work every day? Why is it easy to call out of a training session and skip a workout, but we won't skip work, or we won't not get up to take care of kids? What level of priority do you put yourself on? And if people are really dependent on you as a strong mother or a strong father, it's your duty to take care of yourself, because you think you're taking care of yourself, but down the line, you're going to be in a bad position. You're going to be in bad shape. And that's what have people where you'll be in the hospital and your family will be bedside by you, or your doctor is going to be telling you how your cholesterol too high, or your insulin levels are too high, and you need to start doing something, or you're going to be on this medication. Then the doctors tell you that, then you start to worry. Don't wait for that to come. You got to be proactive, and being proactive is right now. Easier said than done, but the reality is, if you keep putting off what you could do today for tomorrow, that tomorrow becomes 6 months. And before you know it, you have 6 months of time that you put off thinking that you're going to start the next day. And it goes by quick. That weight's going to go on quick. Your mind's going to become weaker. And you know what? You're going to get in a bad, dark place. You're not going to love yourself. You're not going to like yourself. You're going to think everybody outside you is against you. You're going to think people are looking at you funny. You're going to think people are judging you. You're really going to start to break down, not only physically all around your body, but now your mentality is going to start to break down. It's going to start to cave to all these vices in this world that are already attacking the mindset. So now, if you haven't shielded yourself, if you haven't protected your temple, if you haven't solidified your perimeter of your body to be strong against these toxins and these invasive things that try to corrupt your mind and body as is, what do you think is going to happen when you say, you know what, I'm done, I just don't care. As long as my kids are okay, I'm good. We're all going to die one day. Whatever. Take that mentality then, because there's places and people for that. And people die before their time, and things happen, and you're not as sharp as you should be. You're not as sharp for your kids. You can't balance your emotions. You can't balance your energy. So, in staying with that, people, just take a few moments and ask yourself, why do I want to change? Don't waste other people's time if you're confused on that why. And it's okay if you don't know that why. And the bigger why might be like, for years and years, you've neglected yourself. And sometimes a health risk factor is still not enough for people to change. The change within your body, the change within your mind has to do with the inner happiness. And you need to look in that mirror. A lot of you don't like to look in the mirror because you're high. If you really are disgusted with looking in the mirrors, you got to get over that. Because no matter if you're out of shape now or have a good body now, you still got to be able to look at that face. Because your face is beautiful, and your eyes are beautiful, and your mind behind that face is a beautiful thing. Just because your external features might not be compliant with the vision that you see in life right now, does not mean you need to start neglecting yourself and not loving yourself, or not appreciating yourself, not appreciating that you're still sucking in the air, taking a breath. So you need to look at yourself and make the change. And it has to happen one day at a time. It's a stepping stone. You just start creating different habits and commit to it. Make personal commitments. Don't make a commitment to your trainer. Don't make a commitment to your spouse. Don't make a commitment to your kids. It has to be a personal commitment by yourself silent signature inside your head. So when you fail, you're always going to fail yourself. At least you could deal with your own failure. When you fail, fail yourself and deal with your own failure. Because dealing with your own failure is going to make you stronger. Don't put your failures on everybody else and think that, I'll let this person down, let that person down. Because that kind of energy only lasts a little bit of time. Because the people outside you just make it tired of you too. And then when that energy is not coming from the accountability that you expect from those people, you're upset and think people just gave up on you. It's not about giving up on you. It's about committing to yourself. Through all my years, I'm not going to lie, I've never let my body, and I've been through a lot of stress, drama, situations, bad choices. I've been through a lot. And I seemingly have never let myself fully go. I've had some really down times, but you know what? I came back from them. And that's what it's about. It's about coming back from bad situations. And the body could be a situation, and you got to know how to come back from it. You can't go fully to that side and give up on yourself and your mind and your body and your stress. Don't let the stress of life dominate you so much. You got to change your perception, change your perspective, take it piece by piece. Stop putting these huge expectations on yourself, these serious demands. Those serious expectations and serious committed statements work for some. Some people do highly well under pressure. I do good under pressure. I mean, I'll have a huge test in 7 days, and I'll do the test on the 6th day and perform well. Other people, that test day will just come and go, and they'll fail it. You got to know your limitations and work with your limitations and utilize your gifts and your strengths for who you are. You can be influenced, inspired by who you want, and you can get a little bit from here, a little bit from there, but your DNA stitching cannot be compared unless they clone your ass. And even when they clone, there'll probably be a glitch in it. There's something signature in you. So people, starting this week, why are you doing what you're doing? Why are you struggling to take care of some nutrition? You don't have time. You don't have time. But you have time to work. You have time to commit to so much work. You have time to commit to that dollar. But you know what? When you look at that dollar bill, that $5 bill, that $10 bill, that $20 bill, $50 or $100 bill, that bill ain't looking back at you worrying about how you're looking. But you're worried about that dollar bill so much. Yes, we have to live. Yes, monetary value. But it comes full circle. Yes, I can appreciate a certain level of achievement, materialistic and wealth, and a house over my head, and some air conditioning and a fan sometimes. At the end of the day, you strip all that away from me, yeah, I'd be like, damn, I ain't got that no more. But you can't strip my mind and my power to come back. You can't strip the motivation that I'll have inside me as an individual to make it back to whatever position I want to in life, regardless of where I go. I will not be held captive or hostage of anything outside of me that has the power. If you pull it away, you ain't no good. Yes, feeling appreciated and gifts we get in life is great, but we all have a personal duty to hold it down. We all have a personal duty to bring to the table what you're supposed to bring to, and that's you. Bring yourself to the table. Appreciating somebody and having somebody else's motivation in your life is a powerful thing, as long as you do your part too. Bring your A game. Learn from people. Adopt a mentality. Incorporate their mentality into your mentality and persevere with that. That's living. So, be strong, people. Cap down on what you need to cap down on. Stop saying I'll start next week and this week will be better. Enough is enough. Follow through. Be strong. The hard thing and the tough things in life is something that it's hard for you to do, obviously. Oh, what did you eat? Oh, I ate this and that. You know, it gets tiring when you're just not being consistent with yourself. It doesn't hurt the people asking you. It doesn't hurt anybody else beside you except you. And that pool of pity and that pity hole is your pity hole. And even if you express your pity and express your issues to anybody else, it still comes down to you. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. It comes down to you. Everything in between complaining, whining, and expressing discontent and how things are not working for you, it doesn't change a thing. It honestly doesn't change a thing. You, as the individuals, have the power to change everything, make things better. You could change things just by looking at something better. It's not about physical aspect or making more money or connecting to this and connecting to that. Your mindset and how you view your day can change everything. You will not be affected. You don't have to be affected by the world around you so much if you change your perception of why things are the way they are for you right now. As long as you're contributing, putting your work in to the best of your ability, don't be half-assed and expect the return to be 100%. If you are downright trying to be consistent and look at life from a different perspective, not for 2 or 3 days when it feels beneficial and then at the end of the week it gets tough, you resort back to the same mindset. But if you're driven and focused month after month up to years with the same kind of perceptive view, you know what? You're not going to be able to go back to that old habit because you created such a new habit, a new perspective and perception of looking at things in life that you're never going to look at things the way you looked at before. And that's a good thing. And you're doing good within your own circumstances, so change should evolve and change should come. They're not going to come at your timeline. They're not going to satisfy your uncomfortable emotions at your timeline. But you know what? That uncomfortableness, that hardness is change. When you don't feel nothing in life, you're numb and you're just passing by. You're like Enterprise. You're a rental car. Just being used to get from one timeline to the next timeline. So people, focus on your success, man. Projects, get them done. What else do you have to do but sit around, complain, bitch, moan, and whine? It's not going to change a thing. The only thing that's changing is the wrinkles in your face. The only thing that's changing is your health factors and stress levels, and you're looking for reasons to justify why you're feeling that way. I'm tired of using anything outside of me to justify why I feel when Darren King is in full control of his mindset. I can't control anybody else's mindset. I can't control anybody else's positions. But I can have enough knowledge and information that when that time comes and I have to evaluate certain people and why they do certain things, I'll have the knowledge to give me understanding so I don't have to step outside my emotional line and go for those dark emotions to justify why people do what they do or why they act the way they act. Focus on your success. Don't play to the pity pool. Be strong. Let's get this thing done. Have a beautiful day, people.